2, 3. My name is Shelly Collingwood.
And my name is Haley Garton.
And we are currently at FCI Aliceville. Considering our current situation, we're going to get straight to the point. We're not here to justify or get any sympathy. We're just trying to, our sole purpose is to let everybody know what's been going on over here at FCI Aliceville. So where we begin? We don't have much time, so we're going to start right now. So first thing we're going to talk about is misappropriation of funds.
We need to shine light in this prison. It's too much that's going on. We are not being heard, and we're sick of it. It's a whole embezzlement scheme going on at FCI Aliceville.
This embezzlement scheme y'all call SBOP is rigged. The first things first, the way they're handling it in the kitchen. The dishwasher hasn't been working for the past 9 years since I've been here. The food, there's never no food. I don't know why the lady won't order the food, but there's never no food. If y'all come over here right now, y'all will see there's no food. They haven't ordered it. I don't know what's going on. The PREA is going on over here right now. People are scared to come work over here because they say that if they come work over here, they're going to end up in here because
all of the immigrants are putting PREAs on all the officers trying to stay in this country.
Because they told them that if they are victims of PREAs, they get to stay in this country. So if you look into it, you'll see that all the PREAs on this compound is from the immigrants trying to stay in this country. Then the second thing is the medical. We can't even get medical treatment. If I go down there and tell them I have an issue with fibroids, I need to get them removed, I got to wait till I go home. But if I go to psychology and tell them that I want to be a boy, they'll pump me up with testosterone. You know, there's women here that have that need breast reduction. There's women here that need breast reduction, dental work done. They can't get it done. They have to take care of it when they get home. But if they go down to psychology and tell them they want to be a man, they'll send them to Carswell and cut their breasts off. So how's that working? I'm not understanding.
And I'm not understanding how a grown man who's been in a men's prison for 20 years, up and decides he wants to be a woman, he gets transferred to this women's facility. You're walking around with all these women. You're in heaven now. And it's no surprise for all the women in his unit, they come and they bring them pregnancy tests, STD tests. That's not a surprise. He's not taking his estrogen. What do you think? He's not taking his estrogen. He's in heaven right now. Not considering the fact he's been in the men's prison for the past 20 years. You don't know what kind of STDs he's contracted. None of that. But because he puts a little bit of makeup on and he identifies as a woman, that's okay.
And there's a few of them on this compound, and they're all living that way. They're just playing the system. Then when they get over here, they're living their best life.
So that's just one of the points.
The misconduct, immoral nepotism. And for y'all that don't know the definition of
nepotism is favoritism shown to a relative as in the granting of a job
or turning a blind eye to bullshit. So y'all go around and y'all can come, if y'all just pop up over here after business hours, like sometime when Roll Tide might be playing or Auburn State or War Eagles, y'all will see that there won't be no guardian or locked down because they all want to go to a homecoming. Then we're not even gonna go there with the First Step Act. They don't want to give us the First Step Act because Donald Trump's name is on it. With all due respect, President Trump, could you please just get this prison? With all due respect, President Trump, if you can't do nothing else, if you could just get this prison to apply the First Step Act credits that you have passed, this prison population will go down, but they don't want to do it. But they will let the immigrants get the First Step Act credit, and if they're victims of PREA, they get to stay over here under the First Step Act. How does that work when we were supposed to program to get out of prison?
Exactly, but getting them to apply our credits to our sentence is like pulling teeth here. Literally like pulling teeth. We have to exhaust our remedies just to get them to do their job. And God forbid we exhaust our remedies because guess what? We're being retaliated against. This is all true. We watch Fox too much to be saying stuff that cannot be fact-checked.
So you can fact-check everything, and then the deaths on the compound could have been prevented. There was a lady that went out to get a medical procedure. She was having problems. The inmates kept running to the officer. Her name was Officer Carpenter. They kept telling her that the lady was needing help. She died, and it was on that lady's clock, and guess where she's at now? Instead of her being suspended for her misconduct and not trying to get the lady help, she gets moved to psychology. So this is what we got in psychology now. And you can't go talk to psychology unless you want to be a man, because they're going to think you're trying to get on drugs, to sell the drugs on the compound.
Not considering the fact that people come to this compound and they take them off of their medication. I'm not understanding. We need help and we need to be heard. And excuse us because we're a little nervous. We've been going through a lot here. I've only been here a year. My bunkie has been here
9 years.
And she's been dealing with this for the past how long?
9 years.
And it's gotten worse.
And then we had the nerve to look on TV and see that President Biden had the nerve to pardon some terrorists. Terrorists that are known to hate Americans and hate this country. There's a lady here named Angela Johnson. She has a life sentence. I'm sorry. I can't even see her committing a crime anymore. She's far than rehabilitated. She's been taking classes. She's teaching us a lesson. She's been helping us the best way she can, and she's sitting here. If them warrior people could get a chance, she deserves a chance too.
Yeah. And then, hold on one second. I'm going to show y'all what they've been feeding us off of for the past, I can't even remember how long. They've been feeding us off of these trays. Where's the money? Why is the dishwasher not getting fixed? And God forbid we go through the line again, because guess what? I'm getting an incident report and I'm being embarrassed in the middle of main line, in the middle of chow hall.
And the food don't fill up these portions. They're not filling up the whole area.
Not to mention, Ms. Richburg has not been following the national menu. We've been eating chicken for how long? The past week? The past week and a half now?
Longer than that, because they never go by the menu. I don't know how she's ordering, why she's not ordering and stuff, and then when you ask her about it, she gives you an attitude like we don't know what we're talking about or that we're less than. It's like, we're in purgatory over here. If y'all could just come over here, send somebody over here to hear us out. We'll probably help. We need to be heard. We need help. This wrong been going on for far too long. We need help. We need to get out of here. This place has been, too much BS has been going on in this compound for too long.
What else?
Oh yeah, and then the visits. When the guards don't come to work, they cancel visits. There's people that come from Washington, Nebraska, and then as soon as they come to the door, they got to get turned around because there's no guards. They're not running visitation today. They send no notice. They don't let us know so we can tell our family. They just decide to do whatever they want to do, and then that's what it is. And then they treat us like this is a supermax prison. Because we stay locked down.
Stay locked down because they don't have no staff, or because there's a homecoming game. Nobody wants to come to work. What is the issue? We have not had one weekend yet where we are not locked down.
And I guarantee if you call them and ask them why, they're going to try to blame it on the drugs or blame it on something on the compound. And I'm telling you, the issue on the compound, those issues isn't stopping them from doing what they want to do or supposed to do. They don't want to do what they're supposed to do because they've been doing what they want to do for far too long. Every department on this compound has its own way of slacking. And anytime somebody tries to come in and make them do something, they put on a pony show, make it seem like they're going to do some change, but then they go right back to the same BS. And then we get attacked for telling the people what they were doing. So, at the end of the day, if y'all come investigate this embezzling, y'all, as BOP, y'all will see that there's a big misappropriation of the funds. There's no reason why inmates are getting off the bus, and we're having to come forward.
Make mattresses. We have to make makeshift mattresses. We have to give them hygiene. The hygiene's not being stocked. We don't have any. It's like we got to pay for pads. We got to go steal them from education. We got to steal them from rec.
We got to pay for chemicals just to keep our rooms clean. We got to pay for everything that should be given. And then if inmates come in, if everybody don't come together and get the stuff for the inmates are going to go without because this prison cannot provide inmates with the basic stuff they need when they first get off the bus.
And God forbid us go to them because they're going to look at us like we have 7 heads for asking for our basic needs. I've only been here a year. I'm very outspoken. I can only imagine how Colin would feel. She's been here 9. I know what it feels like to be mistreated. I know that right now this is not the way that women are supposed to be treated. If this was a men's prison, none of this would be going on. Absolutely none of this would be going on.
This is a big embezzlement scheme that y'all call FBOP. If y'all look into it, y'all going to see a lot of misappropriation of the funds, I promise you.
Over here in Aliceville, Alabama.
And
The dishwasher has not been fixed in months. The national menu was never followed for the excuse that they're out of food. They're always out of food. Why?
And then there's inmates that getting released. When they were here, they were paying high FRP payments. Then when they get out, the probation officer telling them that they have court fees and other fees due. So where was the money going to whenever they was in here making payments? Because it wasn't going to the court fee.
This is ridiculous.
And then they have us far away from home because they want head count, or they won't let us leave. They won't let us leave. When it comes time for people to go to camp or go to halfway house, they will throw BS shots.
Management variable.
Management variable.
Right. For what? I got an incident report. For instance, I have an incident report on my record for talking back to an officer. I have poor living skills because of that. Poor living skills.
I have poor living skills because I had a pair of socks hanging up to dry. I lost my halfway house. I lost my camp status, and now they bumped my points up like I got into a fight because I had wet socks hanging up.
Just, how many days was it when I went down to the 8.5? When I went downstairs to Miss Pearson, asked her for 8.5, which is a remedy, a grievance that I write, she told me, out of her own mouth, I only get paid for one job. I only get paid for one occupation. Don't ever come back down here again. Don't ever do that.
So run to another officer or another unit for help is out the question.
Out of the question. Out of the question. Just like how it's out of the question to have our FSA applied, our First Step Act, and our Second Chance Act. That's out of the question and out the window. Forget about it.
If all else fails, so y'all just hear us out. Look into what we're saying, so y'all will see that we opened up a can of worms by coming on this visit. We're probably going to get in a lot of trouble at the end of the day because we're exposing this place on their BS, but at the end of the day, it's going to be all worth it as long as y'all come look into what we're talking about. There's too much BS going on for far too long.
Far too long? We've been done wrong for far too long. Mind you, we are not asking for sympathy. We know we are here for a reason. We're both here for drug charges. She's done 9 years on it. I've done 4. We're not asking for anything other than the fact to be heard. We just want to be heard, and we want to be held by somebody other than Congress or FBI who's going to come to the compound during day hours where they have the whole compound locked down. We're not allowed to say anything to these people.
And then it was just a pony show. The people that come down from Central or the people that come down from D.C., they're all in it together, so they're just making it look good on paper, but at the end of the day, nothing happens. My First Step Back credits have still not been applied. My second, forget about Second Chance Act because they're going to act like the halfway house. They put in the paperwork, and then whenever it comes time, then they're going to act like you got kicked out, and then by then you probably will only get like a month or 2 for halfway house. Like, we're sitting here programmed trying to better ourselves, and this place holding us back. Like, we're applying ourselves and trying to better ourselves, and this place ain't doing nothing but holding us back. We need help. We need to be heard. We need somebody to come out here and look at this stuff. So, an outside agency. Not nobody within the FBOP, because they're all going to be along with that BS.
We need help.
We need help. We need to be heard. We need to be heard. This wrong been going on for far too long.
We need help.
Y'all come check out this embezzlement scheme y'all call FBOP. You're going to see where a lot of money's been getting misappropriated.
Y'all are going to see the misappropriation of funds. Y'all are going to see how many deaths have been on this compound. Y'all are going to see how many suicides have been on this compound. How many suicides happened in that shoe. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous, and these are lives that are being taken. Lives that are being taken. And honestly, no offense, but it's immigrants that are being treated better than us. Immigrants that are being favored over us.
Because they're putting these fake PRIAs on these people to stay in this country. I'm telling you, they're so short-staffed because these guards are worried about they're going to end up, they come work in the feds, they're going to end up in the feds. Because all the bitch got to say, all the lady got to say is that someone tried to rape them or whatever, and then this person's under a pre-investigation, and then they're going to be able to stay in this country. This wrong been going on for far too long. There's a right and a wrong way to do things, and the wrong way's been going on for too long. Help these people do it the right way. If y'all just come out here, y'all will see what's going on.
Please do not let these words go unheard. We are risking so much for this video. We are risking the little rights that we do have. We're probably going to end up in the SHU in segregated housing after this video is done, because that's just how this facility works. That is exactly how this prison works.
Everybody's so on it, they hate Trump. They don't even want to sit here and pay attention to what the good, all the good Trump is trying to do. And this embezzlement scheme that's been going on over here, like, they don't want to do anything right. If it's not to their liking or to their benefit, they're not going to do it.
Exactly.
Y'all got to come down here and make them do it, because they're not going to do it.
Please hear us out. President Trump, hear us out. J.D. Vance, hear us out. Please, Fox Newscast, hear us out. We need help. This is too much. It's too much. We need y'all.
We promise if y'all look into it, y'all will see this embezzlement scheme y'all call FDOP.
Fact check it. That's all I'm gonna say is fact check everything I'm saying.
There's a lady here right now that can't even get her veneers put back in. They won't let her, and her family's willing to pay for everything, and they don't even want to do it. But it's so crazy because someone just got sent to Carswell to get his penis removed. How is that working? And they're going to probably pay for it. He probably ain't coming out of pocket for that. But this lady can't even get her mouth fixed.
Or how long did it take Virginia to get a wheelchair?
Oh man, there was another lady that was needing a wheelchair. It took her like 30, 45 minutes just to walk to Mainline. If they weren't fussing at her for walking too slow,
she dragged her foot behind her. They let this lady go on with that limp for how long? For a long time.
It was only until her lawyer called her.
Yeah, and then she didn't get a wheelchair until Congress came.
Oh yeah, when Congress came, that's when she got a wheelchair.
This is ridiculous. Please, y'all hear us out. Y'all please hear us out. Forgive us for being nervous. Forgive us for being all over the place. We're risking a lot. We just want to get this word out there. And if we don't do it, nobody's going to do it. If you don't stand for something, you're going to fall for anything.
And a lot of people here have failed for the BS, but we're not. Because I know right from wrong.
And not only fail, a lot of these women have lost their lives in this prison. It's not okay.
It could have been prevented. It could have been prevented. There's so many ladies here that they've taken them off of all their psych meds, and they're finding other ways to cope. So of course these women are going to be strung out because you just took them off their psych meds. And it's like, and then the person who puts you on the medicine is under investigation for PREA. Dr. DeJesus has been under investigation for PREA, so we don't have anybody to prescribe us any medicine. We don't have anybody to prescribe us to our medication. They're too busy taking people off. They're taking more people off than putting them on. Look.
Yep, and she's coming in here right now.
We're probably fixing to get hemmed up.
We have to go. Y'all help us. It's been done wrong for way too long. Y'all help us.
This wrong been going on for far too long, man. Help us out. Come check out this embezzlement scheme y'all call FDOP.
Please, y'all help us. We gotta go. I love you, Zoe.